Good morning and welcome to Meditation and Chair Yoga with Dr. Heptualla. This program is brought to you by NORC, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, WJCS, and the Yonkers Public Library. We're so grateful to have such a partnership and all of you here today as part of our wellness community. Right now, I would love to have Barbara and Alexis introduce themselves and say a few words.
Hi, I'm Barbara Simone. I'm the RN with the NORC program. And if you are interested in any services, please give our NORC a telephone number. And I'm going to let Alexis take over now.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Alexis Smith, the case manager with the Yonkers NORC. I'm here for any needs that may arise, and I just hope everybody enjoys the program.
Wonderful. And as Sally would say, please consult with your doctor before doing any strenuous exercises, because it's always best to make sure that everything is copacetic before you engage in physical activity. So Dr. Heptualla, away we go.
Hello, everyone. If it's Friday, it must be chair yoga for me. And as it's been happening for a few weeks now, it's been raining every day, so we've not been able to have our yoga class from my backyard, which is what I love to do. But this is the second best thing, to have power in my home, which I didn't have for a while. It came on yesterday. So I'm happy to do this class with you. It gives us pause and time to be thankful for the creature comforts that we have in the United States and how much we take for granted. So we can do a meditation on gratitude today for all those people who've been able to join us with their internet and giving out the love to those that don't have power and internet today, because it was a very painful experience for 30 hours not to have power in our home. So I also wanted to introduce you. I have talked about blocks in the past. They are really light, and you can also use them to elevate your feet if your foot doesn't reach the ground. This may be another option for you to put your feet on a yoga block. I would not recommend putting your feet on books because, you know, in our Indian philosophy, we never put our feet on books that brings us knowledge. So I would recommend like a block of wood, or, you know, a yoga block or something of that nature, or a footstool to place your feet on while you do the program. This also aligns your hips, and I have a perfect angle that allows me to rest my hips, have my knees perfectly aligned, and also my ankles. So use the block in various ways, and during this program, I'm going to show you the use of a block. If you have it, that's great. If you don't, I would recommend investing in a yoga block. So we will start with the gratitude meditation today, and just close your eyes, or you can keep them partially open as well, just focusing on a point on the ground. I always say close your eyes, but I also want to give the option to people who have difficulty closing their eyes for such a long time that you can keep your eyes open during meditation. In fact, you can meditate with your eyes open You just have to focus on a point. Many people believe that you have to have your eyes closed while meditating, but you don't. You can even meditate while walking, and you can definitely have a meditative yoga asana movement. You just have to be very focused on your breathing and have a meditative practice. That means not allowing other thoughts to come in, but being able to focus on your own body, your own respiration, and basically controlling your thoughts. That is the purpose of meditation, to take you to the next level, to allow your brain to rest just for a few breaths, few minutes, or few hours, so it can recharge. So today's class will be on gratitude. Find one thing that you feel thankful for today in your mind. It may be that you have power. It may be that you are alive. There was a time when there was a storm, and I was driving through the storm, and a tree, very large tree, fell right behind my car. It was the millisecond save of my life. That is one of the reasons I don't like to drive in a storm. It's unpredictable. But the tree can also fall on your home. So I'm thankful to be alive today. I was also thankful, even though I did not have power, that I had a safe home, and it protected me from the elements. A lot of people get very upset when they don't have power, they don't have internet, they don't have TV. But just a few years ago, we did not have internet, and even electricity is not something that was there for thousands of years. But I'm thankful for these comforts. I'm thankful to be able to bring my program to you via Zoom this morning. I would love to do my program in person, but I'm thankful that I can reach so many of you in your homes or library through this platform. Each one of us can find something that we are thankful for. It can be a simple thing. Now, I want you to be thankful for something that is in your community, that someone helped you, or all those Con Edison workers working through the night, leaving their families, working in the rain to make our lives better. Sometimes we get so upset that we forget that it is people who are working overtime and risking their lives to make us comfortable. When we think of people who are suffering much more than us, then we find comfort that we are actually not suffering at all. Compared to homeless people or people who have become homeless due to the storm or due to fire, we have so much to be grateful for. Just the fact that we are breathing unencumbered and able to focus on that and let all our toxins out through our breath and our stress. We will find gratitude for the breath, gratitude for our heart that works so hard all day long, pumping blood into every cell of our body. Thankful for our kidneys that work and clean out our blood. So many little comforts. Even when we have pain, it's something that we should be grateful for. Because if we had no pain, we would have no emotion and we wouldn't have compassion. So even pain is something we can be grateful for. I once took care of a quadriplegic woman. It was in the middle of a big storm in Houston. Katrina had just happened and we were all very scared. And we had removed ourselves from our home. And I was at a camp. And a lady who was quadriplegic was brought in. And she used to be a dancer. And then a drunk driver hit her car and she became quadriplegic. She had been like that for many years. And she was an accountant. And she was still doing her work. And when I was helping her for that 24 hours, I learned so much in that 24 hours about life. How to be grateful for all the body parts that we take for granted. We can lose it in 1 second. She had a burn and she never felt pain because she had paralysis and no sensation. So if she had had pain, she would be able to avoid her leg from getting burned from the hot blanket. So pain also is a necessary aspect of our life. We have to accept it. Because if we did not have pain, we may have had more injury. Pain is a signal to you to find help, to move out of a situation that's not good for you. But you can only realize pain if you're aware of your body. do a daily check of where your pain is and what you're going to do about it. And try to be focused on all the beautiful things around you, the lovely people that help you, whether they know you or don't know you, whether they are related to you or not related to you. There's just so much beauty around you. But when you close yourself, you can't see. You have to feel it and feel the pain and let it go also. Once you let it go, the stress will also be less. So one last time, find something that you're so thankful for. And we can now open our eyes. So I hope you found peace in this meditative practice. If you start your day with meditation, your day will go beautifully. You'll have peace, but you can also do this throughout the day. Take a few minutes, take a few breaths. And that's what I did when we did not have power. I was sitting at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had called Con Edison, and they said that they had dispatched someone to fix it. And then I put the phone down and I said, let me send them my best wishes, all those people I don't know who are helping me, and thank them for their kindness and for their dedication to their work. All right, let's start our practice. If you have a block, place it under your feet, and we're going to do a little bit of toe practice. So you can use the block or you can use the ground and just stretch. Put your heels up like you're wearing a heel, and your toes are on the ground. Just do that for a second and then bring it down to rest. Then do it again and then bring it down to rest. Do it again and bring it down to rest. Now inhale as you do it. Exhale as you bring it down. Inhale as you bring it up. Exhale as you bring it down. Now, you can use this also, the front of the block, this part, to stretch like you're wearing a heel. Okay, and then you can bring it up. And then bring it down to the ground. And then rest it up. This manner, you can stretch your toes, okay, and your ankle joints. You can also put your legs out, and you can do a ballet move, and then ballet, and then stretch it up towards yourself, and ballet feet, and stretch it up. Same thing with the other foot. Ballet feet, and stretch it up. Ballet feet, and stretch it up. Do you feel the muscles in your legs really exercise with this move? You can now use the block to stretch in this fashion, keeping your legs wide apart. Okay? You can use the block to hold it, or you can do it without the block. It's harder that way. So you can stretch with your toes and then bring your heels down. Stretch. You can feel it in your hips and then bring it down. Try to be equal. Sometimes it's hard. One hip is more malleable than the other, more flexible. You may have pain in one hip or another. Just do as much as you can. And now we bring it back. So you will feel a stretch in your inner hip joint and the muscles which are very deep in your body. You're going to practice a lot of things with your hip today. Right, so you can use the chair in this fashion to put your legs. I can see myself, so I can do this a little bit more aligned. So I have my hips as far apart as possible. You may not be able to do it this much. You may be able to do it this much. That's fine. Do as much as you can, just moving your legs as far back as possible. Some of these moves are even hard for me. And if my knees are not flexed, I'm not able to just flatten my body yet. It's something that I'm working towards. We are all working towards a pose that we are not able to do yet, but one day, yes. So when you pull your legs out like that, you feel a deep stretch in your hip joint, a very, very uncomfortable feeling. But you have to work through your uncomfortable feeling and be grateful that you have that uncomfortable feeling, that you have a hip joint. Okay. You can bring it back. You can try again. Okay. If you're now able to, you can now raise your left arm up and put your right hand on your right knee. And then you can bring your left arm down and raise your right arm up. And with your left hand, you're pushing your left knee. And your left knee is pushing your left hand. Now let's do it with breathing. Left arm up, inhale. Right arm is pushing right knee. And then exhale, bring it down. Right arm up, inhale. Right arm down, exhale. Do this again. Left arm up, left arm down, right arm up, inhale, exhale. All right. So our hips have had a deep, deep stretch by this movement. But the hip joint moves in, think of it as in 3 dimensions. So we got this stretching of some of the muscles. Now we are going to do our previous pose that we have done, which is Warrior 2, using again, getting a deep stretch. You will keep your right foot in this manner, left foot and leg at right angles, and bring your arms up parallel and to the floor, but in a straight line. Do as far back as you can do. If you cannot do this for long, that's fine. But this is what you're aiming for. And then you bring your hands back in prayer and do the same thing on the other side. This is Warrior 2. And then bring it on back to prayer. Then do it again. We're going to do this 3 times on each side. Now I'm going to show you warrior one. It's a little bit more difficult because the leg that is behind you have to be on your toes and get your heels up. So keep your left leg in this fashion, right angle, and get your left foot behind, your left leg facing down this way with your knee facing down, and then raise your arms up like this. And then you bring it down and do it on the other side. This is warrior one on the chair. You will feel a deep stretch in your psoas muscle, which is a very important muscle that will help relieve back pain if you make it stronger. Then bring it back and practice these moves, these three moves, very good for your hip joint. Now we are going to do one more stretch or pose for your hips, and it's getting your right leg on top of your left leg, placing your foot above your knee, not on your knee. You don't want any tension on your knee. Your quadricep muscle comes and joins here to the patella. You don't want to have any pressure on the patella. You don't want to injure your knee with your exercise. Okay. Your foot, the right foot should be flexed. Your left foot should be facing forward. Okay. Now you are like in a figure four. Now using your right hand, you can push your right knee down. Push it till you feel it inside your hip joint. Okay, and then you can release it. Then you can push it again. And then you can release it. Push it again. And release it. Now do it with breath. Inhale, pushing it down. Exhale, let it come up. Inhale, pushing it down. Exhale, pushing it up. Inhale, pushing it down. Exhale, pushing it up. It's a very small movement in your hip, but it's exercising some very important muscles. Now we will do it on the left side. Same movement. Bring your foot up. Keep your foot flexed in this manner, not loosey-goosey. Keep it flexed. And then push with your left hand on your knee, slightly, not knee, but like above the knee, just with the palm of your hand. Push it. And then if you can feel the push coming from your leg, trying to push the hand, it's an even better stretch. So both things are getting exercised. Your hand is getting exercised, and so is your hip joint. And bring it up. Inhale, pushing it down. Exhale, bringing it up. Inhale, pushing it down. Exhale, bringing it up. Inhale, pushing it down. Exhale, pushing it up. So, a lot of exercises for your hips. Your hips are very important part of your overall health. A lot of people need hip replacements. If you do regular hip exercises, you are going to have, you will not need that hip replacement. Okay. So let us now exercise our spine, another very important part of our body and very important of yoga. So the spine keeps our body aligned lets all the nerves go through and helps our body to function normally. Without the spine and all the nerves, we would have quadriplegia. Okay, so let's be thankful for our spine, and we are going to exercise it. Inhaling, we are going to bring our chest out. Exhaling, we are going to bring it in. Inhaling, we are going to bring our chest out. And exhaling, we will collapse into our chest. Inhaling, bringing it out. Exhaling, collapsing. Inhaling, bringing it out. Exhaling, and holding. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. If you are ever able to do this pose, not on the chair, you would get on your knees and you would do it in this fashion. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Some people say that if you can only do this pose in a day, inhaling and exhaling and helping your body and your spine gain its flexibility, that's enough yoga asana for the day. That's all you can do. This is the pose you should choose to do to get your spine aligned. Okay, it moves all the vertebrae in a fashion where if there's any kinks, they get relaxed. Now we are going to do our Surya Namaskar. We're going to raise our arms up in the air and then bring it down and start. We're going to do inhale, bring it up, and then bring it down. Inhale, bring it up, exhale, bring it down. And then we can inhale, and then we can dive down as far as you can go, and then let our head hang loose, and then we bring it up. And do it one more time. Bring it up, dive down, and then bring our arms up. Forward bending is very good for us. It's something that we do not do forward bending as much, and also when we bring our heart out. So after we do forward bending, we can also hold with our chair at the back and just bring our chest out. And breathe here. All right. Now we are going to do our stretch for our spine, which is lateral movement, because our spine goes forward and back, it goes sideways. So we got to exercise all aspects of spine and the musculature around it. So we are going to raise our arms up, and then we are going to turn towards the right and bring arms down, hold our knees, and one hand can go to the chair. Then we bring it up, and then we move to the other side with right hand. I'm holding left knee, and with the left hand, I'm holding chair. And same, bring our arms up. I'm sorry, but the gardener has decided to mow the lawn right now, and it's making some noise in the background. We bring our arm up, and then bring it down to the other side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So I think we have done a good amount of exercise today. I wanted to talk a little bit about drinking water. Okay, you can have a glass like this or a larger one, and you can keep track of how much water you're drinking every day, and especially after a practice like this, you should drink some water. Nearly 60% of our body is water. We lose water through perspiration. We lose water through urine and stool. So we have to replace the water we are losing. A lot of people drink coffee that can be dehydrating in itself, lose more water than you're putting it in. So try to drink water. You can put some lemon in it, or orange slice, or mint leaf, and you can leave it overnight in the refrigerator and use that water to hydrate yourself every day. So, as my tip for the day, drink water. And so with this, I'm going to end this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Heptualla. That was so informative and invigorating and recharging. We really thank you. We thank the Yonkers Public Library, WJCS, City of Yonkers, Office of the Aging, and of course, NORC for bringing us such a wonderful program. And we're so grateful to our wellness community and to you for being able to practice together under these circumstances.